With so many things still going on in Canada, Justin Trudeau's national handgun ban, unvaccinated Canadians still not allowed to fly within Canada, as well as the Canadian government voting to keep travel restrictions in place, we take a look today at how Canada is still a country in distress. Let's tackle these issues. Okay, first and foremost, if you guys can please like, share, follow, and subscribe to all my social media platforms, including YouTube. I'm trying to build a channel on YouTube here, get all these videos out on there. So if you guys could at least subscribe to that one, that would be great, very helpful to me. And at the end of these videos, if you're watching on Facebook, you can't see what I'm pointing to because I can't put those videos up on Facebook, only YouTube. So please subscribe there, and that would be helpful. Okay, so many things still going on in Canada. Let's take a look at some of these issues right now. So obviously this pandemic, this COVID, has been going on almost 2.5 years now. And we are still, it seems, a nation in complete distress and despair. Let's take a look at a few key points, a few key reasons, a few key things that are going on in Canada that still say Canada is a nation in distress. Number one, Justin Trudeau just the other day invoked a national ban on, I don't know if it was all guns or certain guns. I think it was all guns. Can't purchase, can't buy, can't transport, can't transfer. Basically, no Canadians now are allowed to, I believe, purchase or use guns. Now, I'm not sure what inspired this in Canada. I'm not aware of a shooting incident, of a mass shooting incident that happened within these last few days, other than the one in Uvalde, Texas, that happened last week. I'm not aware of anything in Canada that's happened to get Trudeau to enact this national freeze on banning guns. Now, I am of the opinion, and I'm not going to get into the gun debate, this isn't what this is, that, you know, guns don't kill people, people kill people. And also, you also have to look at what does the government have to gain from this, obviously. I do not believe that our governments do things out of our best interest. There's obviously some sort of an agenda that they are going to gain from this. Now, a lot of posts have been circulating on social media the last couple of days about the history of countries banning guns in a country, and then how many people were, you know, murdered in those subsequent years after. I don't know if I can trust that. I would have to look that stuff up. But obviously, disarming a country comes with a purpose. Now, I don't know what purpose or what agenda our government or Trudeau has in doing this. I don't know what he has to gain. I don't know what our cabinet has to gain. But anytime there is an incident like this, where there's a national ban or a national something going on with our country, you have to look at who benefits from this and what does our government have to gain from this. I'm still not sure. I don't know. And obviously, I know, like, Canada's not as, you know, hyper vigilant in their gun ownership as the US is. So I'm not sure about the national, if there's a real national uproar about this. I don't know. But we must focus on what is going to happen in the coming months or even in the coming years. Why would a government want all of its citizens to be unarmed? You answer that own question yourself. I have my own thoughts, but nonetheless, let's move on to another topic here. The unvaccinated are still not allowed to fly within Canada. Now, obviously, I want to point out that flying within Canada, again, it is not a right. It is a freedom. Canadians have the right to enter in Canada, remain in Canada, travel for to pursue livelihood, for jobs. We don't have a right to air travel. It is a freedom. Nonetheless, that freedom has been taken away from millions of Canadians, as obviously probably at least minimum maybe 10% of all Canadians aren't fully vaccinated, depending on what stats and graphs you look at. That amounts to right there, at least just about 4 million Canadians right there unable to fly within Canada. Now, obviously, out here in Vancouver, we had a protest at YVR Airport protesting this exact same thing. This is a cause that I like. This is a cause that I like to see. The appropriate cause at the appropriate venue. This is what I would hope that more Canadians should be focusing their attention on in terms of what they should be protesting. Okay, the more people that gather at the appropriate venue to protest the appropriate cause, the better this will be for all of Canadians in general. And I want to point out one other thing. It seems to me, I had someone tell me just a few days ago what they had to do in order to get from Eastern Canada to Western Canada because they were unable to fly. It cost this person about double the amount of money that it would normally flying a direct flight within Canada. They had to go all the way into the US, take a flight to a US city, board an Uber, take another flight into Western US, get another Uber, cross the border, go through all of the questions that they ask you at the border, and it added about probably 11, 12 hours of travel time to us, about triple the travel time added to their journey. So that is what Canadians are being forced to do when they aren't allowed to fly freely within their own country. And I don't know what science they are following here, because clearly, according to the Pfizer documents themselves, and it is well known as well, that the shot does not stop transmission. It is not helping. So I don't know what science, well, I could even argue that this isn't even based on science. It's just political science or science with a $S that they are following. We obviously know this. There is no science that points to traveling in a plane prevents or contributes to more or less of a spread. We know this. It doesn't work. So obviously, I don't know how long this is going to go on for. Apparently, there's only a couple countries in the world still doing this, or some people say Canada's the only one. I don't know. But obviously, it is not about science at this point. And I don't know when this is going to end, if ever. I don't know. But again, another reason pointing to Canada is a nation in distress right there. Millions of Canadians still unable to fly within their own country. One more point to add to on this. Now, on this unvaccinated Canadians not being allowed to fly within Canada, the government just had a vote a day or two ago. And it was roughly, give or take, a 2-1 total vote. The government of Canada voted not to, I guess, repeal or amend the COVID travel restrictions. Basically, they voted to keep the travel restrictions in place. Again, to add on to our previous point. Now, one of these people, one of these persons, one of these politicians, Pierre, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, Pierre Professional Liar, Pro-Liar, something like that, right? He was one of the ones whose vote didn't register, didn't vote apparently. And he provided a statement as to why his vote didn't register. I want to read this message from him right now. He apparently said, "I oppose the unscientific vaccine mandates. I oppose them from day one, and I will oppose them until they are all removed. I attempted to vote for MP Melissa Lantsman's motion ending all COVID travel restrictions. I was voting remotely as I was in Thunder Bay, but the voting application did not register my vote as a result of a technical problem. I will be raising a point of order to alert the Speaker to the issue and asking for my vote to be properly counted as favoring the end of these rules." Now, I don't post about politicians. I've never looked into much of Canadian politics or politicians. I don't care what party's what. I don't care what they stand for. I don't care who's a member within what party. I don't care. I have always known our government is corrupt. Our system is corrupt. Politicians are liars. Don't trust any of them. And I've never voted for one election my entire life. Now, this Pierre pro-liar guy. Can we trust him? Can we trust this explanation? I would sure as hell hope that we don't. He's a professional liar. He makes a living off of lying. It's what he does. It's what politicians do. Now, the one thing that I want to question here, just a little bit to get into this politician, just a little bit. It's one thing to make a statement like this. You know, tell people what they want to hear. Of course I voted. Oh, of course, but there was a technical problem. What I want to know, and if you guys can comment in the section below and find this out, because I haven't found this out yet, is what money is he making off of Moderna, off of Pfizer, off of Johnson & Johnson? What board of directors is he on? How much stock does he own in Moderna, Pfizer, or Johnson & Johnson? And who funds his campaign? Where is he getting his money from? That's the more important issue to be addressing here. Because if he's making money off of this shot, off of those big pharma companies, then we know for sure what his agenda is, and we can never truly trust him. So I don't believe in that statement. I think it's just PR. I think it's just damage control. Of course, he's going to tell you what you want to hear. Of course, it's his job. Okay, but nonetheless, there was a vote to keep the travel mandates, travel restrictions still in place for unvaccinated Canadians to fly within their own country. And at this point, you really should ask yourself, are we really, truly a free country with freedom of choice? I don't think so whatsoever. If you can't travel freely within your country, you can make the argument that you're a prisoner in your own country. But that's just me. That's just what I think. What do you guys think? Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have any answers to how much money this Pierre pro-liar guy is actually making, if you can find it out. And once you're done all that, please, please, please click on this video there. And once you're done, click on that video there. And we will be back another day to talk about another topic. Maybe controversial, maybe not. Who knows? But thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.